Hello, my beautiful Pisces, and welcome to your February 2020 Intuitive Energy Forecast. My name's Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. My presence on Facebook is Wisdom of the Heart, and my website is www.lisalyle.com. So, let's take a big breath. After January. So congratulations to you. You made it through the month of January 2020, and it was a doozy. And we are going to be feeling the effects of planetary alignments, things that have come to the surface for us personally, as well as in the collective, well beyond January. February, though, the energy of February does feel slightly more stabilized and peaceful than the energy of January to begin this new decade. So as we move through the month of February, I'm strongly feeling for you, Pisces. We have Mercury going retrograde in your sign, February 17th. Mercury will be retrograde from February 17th until March 10th. But it'll be going back into Aquarius and then back through Pisces. So I'm really feeling for you that this Mercury retrograde is particularly insightful. And it's in fact asking you and encouraging you in a lot of ways to reevaluate your thought processes, reevaluate how you communicate, and how is your current way of communicating, how is that actually working for you and supporting you. Pisces are a really, really beautiful energy when in balance. They can be incredibly beautiful, and when out of balance can be incredibly toxic and detrimental to one's physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. I feel for you at this time, Pisces, for some of you, there's going to be a real call to reevaluate your ability to communicate your heart's deep desires. Because Pisces have this really beautiful, vivid, colorful imagination, and yet sometimes it's a challenge to implement or integrate or blend the imagination with actualization in the reality of now, in your particular experience. So I do feel that you are going to be asked to reevaluate your ability to communicate. How are you communicating? Are you communicating clearly your needs, desires, as well as expressing your truth and your feelings? And if not, it feels like you are going to be getting a lot of support in order to make some positive changes that are going to enhance your experience while in physical form. So I've already got a card for you, and it's like one of my absolute favorite cards. I'm working with the Magdalene, the energy of the Magdalene sisterhood, as well as some dragon energy, spirit animals, as well as universal consciousness. I just had to check what decks were here. So for you, the very first card out is God. And what I saw right away is good, orderly direction. Because I know there may be some of you that connect with this word God, and it's a cringeworthy word for many people. And yet, if we change that to Mother, Father, God, Creator, Source, how do any of those words feel for you? Because God, as opposed to being an entity, God, the God essence, resides in all of us, regardless of whether you're aware of that, regardless of whether you acknowledge or accept that. It is our truth, that we are eternally connected to Source. And what I feel is that this month, when, as you're going through the month and perhaps you are having some personal struggles, I want you to check in with the energy of good, orderly direction. Excuse me, we've been a little bit under the weather here in the house for the last month. That feels better. So I want you to check in with this idea of good, orderly direction. Are you, excuse me, is your path unfolding in a good, orderly direction, one that is aligned with the truth within you? Perhaps some of you will be connecting with the essence or the energy of God that resides within your physical body this month. And I do feel like that's going to be a highlight. I feel for some of you Pisces that there is a call to nature, a call to Mother Earth, this need for grounding, this need to slow down. And it's funny because Pisces the feet are governed by the sign of Pisces. And a lot of, Pisces in my life tend to have issues with stability, tend to have issues with the feet. So I really feel, and this has been quite a common thread throughout these readings for the month of February, I really do feel like this is a month for you to slow down. Slow down. Reestablish your footing. Reestablish your connection to your heart space, which is eternally connected to the essence of God, Creator, Source. And deal with any emotions that may be coming up for you. Because when you're not dealing or when you're not wanting to look at your emotions, they can really wreak havoc in all areas of your life. And I do feel like it's time to get, perfect. It's time for you to get honest with yourself. Like, what are you bringing to the table? What would you like to bring to the table? And what do you need to do in order, I'm wanting to say make space on the table, to be included at the table. And then we have this crystal yellow dragon. This is all about solar plexus, but if you'll notice, the coloring is quite similar. More yellow on this card. But there is a very similar feel. And I'm really feeling this is about personal power. And personal power really comes from the personal responsibility, accepting responsibility for how you feel, accepting responsibility for circumstances and situations in your life that have brought you to the here and now. Are you happy? Are you peaceful? Are you joyfully creating and living your dreams for yourself, your vision of what you wanted to do in this life? And you may have to reflect all the way back, Pisces, to early childhood and what really floated your boat, what really supported your joyful expression. And then it's going to be about clearing anything away that does not support that joyful creation, that joyful expression of the beautiful, creative, imaginative, intuitive being of light that you are. So it does feel like in order to really get your wings, if you will, that there is a need to deal with some underlying emotional issues. And only you'll know what they are for you. And when you connect with issues, again, this feels to me like very much a month for you, Pisces, about accepting personal responsibility for where you are and how you ended up in this place at this time. the message on this card opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. I mean, honestly, does it get much more clear? And yet, I'm still going back because this is talking about the crown chakra, and Pisces are highly intuitive, highly, it's the final sign of the zodiac, right? Like the complete expression, the yin and the yang, the divine perfection. Yet, there is a tendency to get stuck in the head, which will have you feeling pretty unstable on this planetary realm if you're always up here in the head and daydreaming and fantasizing and, reminiscing of days gone by. It's really time to move beyond that and to move into that power place where you truly are the captain of your domain. You are the captain of your earth ship, which is your physical body. And you have come here for great things. First and foremost, you've come here to heal yourself. Heal yourself and stop creating situations through lack of power. Stop creating situations that are causing you more pain because you are responsible. So, next we are going to be tuning in to universal consciousness, God consciousness, and bring forth a message from your higher self as eternally connected to Source. This is beautiful. Passion ignited. Number 1, this is a new beginning. We are moving into your season of birth or rebirth. We're moving into Pisces season next month. And this is a time. This is a time to decide what you really want. What you really want and what are you willing to do to achieve what you want? How far are you willing to go? I feel that February begins to open something up within you. And if you'll see here, we've got this flaming heart. But what I'm really drawn to notice is the hands down at the solar plexus chakra. And again, the solar plexus is the power center. It speaks of healing with this. I feel like the heart, it's opening up. And yet in order to open up more completely, there needs to be this deep dive into your personal emotional waters, murky, muddy, or otherwise. There needs to be this deep dive, and then the acknowledgement, the acceptance of what you feel, and then, taking responsibility for how you feel and moving forward in a more heart-centered and passionate way. Remember, Pisces, each day is a brand new beginning, full 24 hours full of opportunities. And at any point in time, if you are not happy with where you are not happy with the way things are going, then it's up to you to take action to make the change. Nobody else can do it for you. It's funny because I do feel like there's something that you need to say. Like, I haven't been coughing very much this morning, but since I've connected with you here, my head has become quite congested. You can hear my voice has changed. I've been coughing quite a bit. I'm quite stuffy. So I do feel like there is some clearing taking place. You're becoming clear. And this happens a lot when we are moving through changes, especially when it comes to the mental body. Like, sometimes it can be so cluttered that we can't even see straight. And I know that this, I know that overthinking and imagination can be some of the traits of Pisces, and it can be very challenging, like support the energy of depression and this kind of stuff. And we really want to shift you out of that. Like, take responsibility for how you feel and make the shift. Do a cleanse if you need to. Get into some water. Make sure you're drinking enough water and that you're not walking around dehydrated. I feel like I need a Kleenex now. So your animal guides that have come forth are the lizard and the sea serpent. And this is almost like this, almost the same imagery as we see for the sign of Pisces, except with Pisces we have two fish, right? But here's this sea serpent, and what I'm really feeling with this sea serpent, it's actually quite beautiful now, isn't it? What I'm really feeling is that sea serpent is coming to support you in gaining a deeper understanding of yourself. And in fact, it's almost like sea serpent is creating this ring of protection around you so that you can really get clear on what's yours and what's other people's stuff. And if you're still one of these people that generally likes to point fingers at other people, then this month is a real wake-up call for you that three fingers are always pointing back at you. And this is where personal responsibility comes. And, when we're talking about serpent energy or snake energy, we're talking about healing and transformation. And here I'm strongly feeling that the healing and transformation comes when you are willing to accept and honor what you feel. And of course, to express that in a positive platform or arena. Like, maybe it's talking to somebody. Perhaps you need to seek some professional help. Perhaps it's sharing with a loved one or family member or friend. Perhaps it's writing in a journal. I do feel that this month for you, Pisces, is really about how you communicate. And how are you communicating your truth? Is your point getting across, or are your communications with others terse, tense, and full of conflict? And then we have the lizard here, and the lizard is really feeling to me about your ability to sort of blend in with the scenery and blend in. The lizard has come up for another sign. I can't remember which one it was. I'm feeling it's about imagination, but I'm also feeling it's about how you present yourself out there in the world. Are you presenting yourself as you truly are? Are you walking in integrity? Are you aligned with your truth? Or are you putting on presenting yourself how you feel you will be accepted in group A, B, or C? Because this is really about being who you truly are, being true to you. Because there is, I want to say there's a depth to your wisdom that I'm not even sure that you are aware of at this point in time. This cat is so all over me. So I am reading the guidebook messages from the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal. And what I just want to say before I get into these messages here from the guidebook for you, Pisces, I feel like the month of February is really a preparatory month, getting you prepared for your season of rebirth and sort of giving you a jump start on some positive changes that are really going to have a tremendous and lasting impact, a positive impact on your life going forward. And so your Sea Serpent card comes from the spirit aspect of the deck. And I love that, considering that your very first card out was that God card. Ah, and this is perfect. Look at that. I love when the cards just confirm what I had already been receiving and feeling and sharing. So Sea Serpent is about healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. The Sea Serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The Sea Serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment. We let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the Sea Serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our life, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the Sea Serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps around us in a gesture of perfection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. So the Sea Serpent governs the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra, which is in our physical body. It is where we store unhealed emotional wounds. It is also where many of us are wounded and triggered via our interaction and connection with others through sexual contact. So if you're just, say, beginning to open up to your spiritual nature and walking your healing path, this is one of the key areas of the body that desperately needs healing, the root and sacral chakra. And it's predominantly in need of healing because of sexual interference in formative years of a child's life. And if we do not heal that, it's going to have an effect on us and every relationship we have going forward. And particularly if we're getting involved in sexual relationships, it's just going to be a trigger place for wounded people or for our own wounds. So healing yourself is really, really important work. So the subtle energy of the Sea Serpent occupies the area of the second chakra, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element. Svadhisthana translates, that's the name of the chakra, translates as in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother or the Kundalini herself. So without getting too far into Kundalini, the energy of Kundalini, basically Kundalini is representative as a coiled serpent at the base of our spine. And when we begin to open up our Kundalini energy, this serpent travels up our spine and in fact merges here in the third eye chakra with the divine counterpart, masculine or feminine, and connects us to source. Okay? So that's that. And then the message from the lizard, let's see, is, which I believe is fire, the fire element, okay? Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle dreamer, which, is really like, we could use those words to describe Pisces, the Piscean energy. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As If it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to be manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist. Who's been whispering your name? So when in balance, the lizard energy is artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. And to bring into balance, a creative project. So Pisces, looks like there is some work on the horizon for you if you're up to the challenge, and I'm pretty sure you are if you are connecting with me and watching this video. Thanks so much for being a part of my soul tribe. Please do click like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss when the next intuitive energy update comes out or your monthly energy forecasts. I'm so grateful for your support and your presence in my life. If you are interested in working more personally with me, this month I am offering readings just like this, Magdalene messages, one-on-one. So if that's something that you would like to invest in, you can find a link in the comments below, and all those messages are sent via video link. So be good to yourself this month, Pisces, and know that it is your responsibility to heal the wounds that still exist within you. I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you.